it is time for another first impression. Oh my goodness, how many of these can I do in a row? I don't know, but we are still not done. So today we're going to be using the Certifeye Affinity 2 palette, and if you have not already seen this, it is absolutely stunning. I remember pre-ordering this like 3 months ago. I don't even know, it's been a very long time, but finally have it in my hands. I'm so excited to play with this. I've seen Beaut Bean do one video with this. I really try to make sure that I don't watch videos on the palettes that I'm going to review myself, but I just had to click on her video because I love her and the looks in her thumbnail just looked amazing and they ended up being perfection. So I can't wait to try this on my eyes. So we're just gonna do this the way that I always do it. If you're new to my channel, the way I do my first impressions is that I first swatch the palette and then we talk about the swatches and then we do a look with it. So if you want to know more information about this palette, I will leave the website down below if you want to go check that out. So I can't believe I just did that intro in one go and it was my first go around. So go me! So let's get into swatching this palette now. I will see if I'm able to get all of these onto my arm at the same time. If not, I might have to break it up, but let me just try to squeeze them all on here. Okay, let's talk about these for a little bit. Honestly, I thought all of these swatched really good, and I was very impressed by especially that purple up here. Usually purple swatch really patchy, but this one seemed very smooth. The only ones that I had a little bit of troubles with was this kind of olivey green, and then also this green down here. But I mean, most of these didn't even need a second swatch to build them up. So I am really excited. I cannot wait to put some of these on my eyes. I mean, I literally feel like I have so many options. Like usually when I look at a blue and a green palette, there really aren't like that much variation. But with this palette, I feel like the tones in this are just so well picked out because there are different tones of greens that go with different tones of blue and so on. And the possibilities are just endless. So I'm going to take the swatches off of my arm. I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot and soft ochre, and then we can get into putting some of these on my eyeballs. So the first color that is just calling my name in here is Shiraz, which is this very bright green. So I think I need to use that, and I think I'm going to put that in the inner half of my crease, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and put a blue on the outer part and then deepen it up with a purple. So that's going to be the plan. So let's just start off by taking Shiraz here. And I'm just going to start by packing this in the inner half. Oh, the shadow is so beautiful. So I'm actually getting ready now to go get my hair done again because my hair is so faded. And to be fair, I have been trying to strip the color out the past week or so, but I'm just very ready because my roots are looking pretty bad right now, so it is time for a little bit of a change. I'm not going to keep the fully red anymore. I feel like I've had that for not too long, but I like to switch up my hair and try new things, so I'm really excited about the colors that I'm doing today. So you'll probably see it in the next video, but I am really excited and I can't wait to just do something a little bit different for the summer, you know? So this shadow is going on beautifully. And this was also one of the shadows that I had a little bit of a hard time with swatching, so it's nice to see that it's applying well on the eyes here. So for the outer part, I'm going to go with a blue that's kind of the same strength as the one that I just put in my inner corner. So I'm going to take this shadow right up here in the middle, which is called Hussein. Still using the same brush, which is my Morphe E36, and I'm just going to place that in the outer half of my crease. Also, of course, blending it into the green. Right, no issues with that shadow either. So far we're off to a very good start. Next I'm going to go into this purple right here, which is called Farid. Still just using the same brush, and I'm going to pack that in the outer corner of my eye here. This is the kind of shadow that tends to get a little bit patchy and sheer when you do this, so I'm curious to see how this is going to perform. But so far it's looking like it's doing really good. I'm going to be putting that on the outer half of my lid and just blending it into the blue ever so slightly here. So far this is looking really good for being a purple. I mean, it's shearing out just a little bit, but it's not really a big deal at all. And I'm also going to go in with a shimmer on my lid after, so I will pull that shimmer a little bit over the purple, so it really won't show. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily use this as like an all over the lid matte kind of look, but I mean, this is honestly a really good purple so far. I think I'm also going to go ahead and take that purple down to my lower lash line here, just on the outer half or so. So I can tell it's a little bit sheerer now that I don't have any eyeshadow primer down on my lower lash line, but I mean, that happens a lot with not just purples, but a lot of shadows, so I'm not really too surprised by that. But it does seem to build though. It seems to be quite a buildable purple. And I don't know why, but I always gravitate to using like the hardest to make shades in my first impressions, so that's probably why sometimes I come off as a little bit overly critical, but I feel like those are the shadows that are, you know, important to try out in a palette, are the shadows that are harder to formulate, because that will give you a better idea of like the quality of the palette as a whole, in my opinion. And so far I'm honestly so impressed by how these are performing. I think this is looking really, really nice. Having a little bit of fallout here, but not much at all. It's really not a big deal. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a bit of a fluffier brush, and I'm going to just make sure that the outer corner here is looking good, as well as blend out the lower lash line a bit. So this is looking beautiful. So what do I want to do next? I need to put something on my lid, obviously. I haven't yet decided what I want to use. I kind of just want to go in with that green shimmer. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll first start off by taking Bilal. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering any of these names, but I feel like they're names of people, and I've never heard these names before, so it's hard for me to really know how to pronounce them. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, because in my experience, Certifeye shimmers are not like the most intense, so I just want to get them as intense as I'm able to. So I'm gonna just put that on the first half or so of my lid here. And maybe I should take that back, because this shimmer is so much more intense than what I remembered from her other palette that I have, and I love that. That is so pretty. So I'm just going to take this about halfway across. I love how opaque this is, and I love that this is the kind of shadow that you can easily fake a cut crease with. That is my favorite kind of shimmer formula, because I'm lazy and I don't really like to do cut creases, but I like the look of cut creases a lot. So whenever I have a chance to fake a cut crease, I am so here for it. So I'm just going to gently fade this into the purple on the outer part here. I might also go in with a duochrome just like in the middle there to kind of blend these two together. Oh, that is so pretty though. So I will say that the purple is looking a little bit patchy just on the outer part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, should I use this one? Oh, that is so pretty. I'm going to take that, which is called Navid. So this shadow right here. I'm not going to spray this because I want this to kind of be like a softer, more see-through, like transparent kind of topper. And I'm just going to be placing that in between the green and the purple on the outer corner. And I'm also going to be layering it just a little bit above most of this purple here, just to get a bit of a smoother, not patchy kind of look. And that worked so beautifully. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with layering this on top of the purple. That is so pretty. Okay, this look has me feeling some kind of way already. I love this. So what do I want to do on the last part of my lower lash line? Do I want to maybe use a blue or something? Maybe I'll go in with this kind of baby blue up here, which is called Nawab. I give up. Anyway, I'm going to take that and I'm just going to place that on the first half of my lower lash line. And just meeting it up with that purple. I'm also connecting the mattes here in my inner corner, because I'm going to go ahead and layer that very light duochrome shade on top. Oh, this is so pretty. So for the last shadow, I'm going to use Certifeye, which is this one down here. And I'm going to pop that in my inner corner here. And I'm going to try this first without spraying it and just see how it looks. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, so I think this is going to be the shadows all done. I mean, this was so quick. Like, I've been filming for 25 minutes, which is really nothing considering the fact that I did my intro and I did my swatches and I did everything else. So this look probably took me like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, which is not really that bad. So For my waterline, I think I'm gonna go with a blue, so I'm going to use my LA Girl liner in the shade Electric, I think this is. Yeah, Electric. So I'm gonna pop this in after I sharpen it, and then I'm gonna put on some liner and mascara, and I will be right back. Alright, so this is going to be the completed look. I did put on a lip product, and for that I used my Sorme True Line lip liner. I got this sent through Octoly, and I've tried it a few times now, and this is absolutely fantastic. The thing that I like the most about this, however, is that it has one of those like grippy things on it that you get on like pencils when you write like regular pencils, like who uses that anymore, but you know what I mean? It's got like this little rubber thing here, and it makes it so comfortable to hold, but this lip liner is so creamy and so smooth, and I literally just filled in my whole lips and then I put a gloss on top, and the gloss that I use is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk, and I love how this turned out. So as for my first impression on this palette, I am honestly blown away. I think this turned out fantastic. It was so easy to do. It didn't take very long at all, and the only complaint, it's not even really a complaint, it's just that the purple is a little bit patchy, just like a tiny bit, but you know, I still don't have like the perfect purple in my collection, and it's just one of those things that I'll be searching for forever. So it's not really a complaint at all, it's more just like expected at this point. So I mean, all of the other shadows in this palette perform beautifully, and I'm so happy I picked this up. I think that they have improved their formula a lot since the last palette that I had, because the blue in that palette was terrible. So I'm excited to keep playing with all of these blues and all of these greens and do more looks with this. So I don't know when that is going to happen though. I have so many things that I'm working on currently, and this is kind of back in the line a little bit. So I will get around to doing a review and more looks for this palette though, so don't you worry. Let me know if you picked up this palette and if you've had a chance to try it out and what your thoughts are. I would love to know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, if you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!